Good morning, everyone. It's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio, and thanks for joining me for another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. Today, I'm going to be making my version of this particular make. Now, this is a journal insert that she has made with a botanical kind of theme. She's used a ticket envelope, and I think that is a guest check. It may be just notebook paper. I'm going to use the guest check. She's got some tea-dyed paper, and she's got some paper that has this interesting edge on it. So I am going to alter this to fit into my 1940s journal that I'm doing. And this is by at Scrapping Fancy Etsy, Lisa Michelle Riley. So if you want to check her out on Etsy, it looks like she does make things to sell, and she also posts on Instagram. So this is what we're going to work on today, and I have done a little bit of work ahead of time because I am going to set myself a goal for 2024 in that I'm going to try to get over the hate of my sewing machine. And actually, it's not a hate of my sewing machine. I love my sewing machine. I don't like to sew. So I have, in advance, sewn around this and sewn this little scrap piece together. And you can see, it's a good thing it's a junk journal because apparently I haven't sewn in a while and can't sew in a straight line. But that's okay. I think by the time everything's on here, it's going to look pretty good. So I just coffee dyed a guest check and I sewed it onto a piece of coffee dyed paper that I tore just a little bit bigger than the guest check. I have this piece for my funky little edge piece, and it is just out of a day planner. And it is also been coffee dyed. And so that's what we're going to start with. And what I want to do is I want to make this guest check be a pocket so that I can put this journaling card from Joey's kit in like this. Okay? So the first thing that I want to do is ink everything up. I have a brand new vintage photo, so hopefully it's good and inked so that we can get some color on the edges of these pages. How is everybody? I hope you're doing well on this Thursday. I am doing well. I could have inked ahead of time and then you wouldn't have to watch me ink. Okay, like I said, this is Joey's journaling card, and then I'm going to ink up my gas check with the coffee dyed paper on the back around the edges. Yeah, my one line there got kind of off, but I'm determined at the moment till I get frustrated with it. I think this is fine. And then this is a original receipt from a bakery from 1948 that I've mounted on just some lightweight cardstock and cut it down a little bit because the paper's really fragile and I was afraid it would tear if I left it just the receipt. And then I have this little piece of calendar that is from 1949, February 15th, 1949. I have this tag that is from Joey's kit, this little label, I should say. We'll find something to stamp on there. I have these ration tickets that are originals from the 1940s. I have this quote that I'm going to put on here that says, experiment, learn, fail, repeat, because I think that kind of goes with my process of trying to get over my frustration with the sewing machine. And I'm hoping that sewing paper will be better than my experiences sewing fabric. I'm trying to be open-minded. And then this is just one of the photos from Joey's kit, and I just cut it out into a circle, and we're going to put that, hang that on there with a bulb pin. Okay, so there's all our parts and pieces, and inking is done. So now we're going to start putting it together. So I've got, like I said, this in the back, and this will mount on the actual journal page. So let's just get one out here so that we can just kind of give you the full picture. So this will mount on here, and you'll be able to see some of the background paper, but not a ton. Okay, and then we're going to have the guest jack is going to mount on here like this. And then our little quote is going to go up here at the top. And I did leave these strings along. If they're too long, I'll trim them. And then this is going to mount here on top of this. I think I'll put it over this way and hide some of that cruddy stitching. And then this is going to go down the side. Actually, I want this up here because I don't want that red showing. Yep. And then my calendar piece, I'm going to put down here. And I'm going to put the label kind of underneath. And I'm going to put the ration tickets kind of underneath that. And then our little dangly lady is going to go like right up in here somewhere, dangling from a ball pen. Now, I'm not doing this piece. This little crinkled seam ribbon piece right here. Personally, I don't like it. There's nothing wrong with it other than I don't like it. So when you're, you know, you do you. The point of this is not to necessarily copy every single thing. Sorry, that probably made you drunk, all that jumping around. Um, but to get, the same look is what I'm going for in the layers, because I'm all about my layers. All right, so let's see if we can get some of this glued down and have it make more sense. So if this was my journal page, my guest check, I want to glue on about here, and I want to glue it on like a pocket. So let's get glue on the back, and I think I will cut those threads just a little bit. I'm going to use art glitter glue since I did stitch around it. The one thing that I did notice is I'm having issues with my tension. So if you guys have some good pointers about tension and stitch length for this, for sewing paper, please leave them in the comments. Any help would be greatly appreciated. All right, and then let's put our little quote up here. They actually have their quote on top here, but I want that to show a little bit, so I'm gonna put mine on the journal, or on the planner paper, just up above. Okay. And now we're going to put this piece about right here, I think. And I could actually make that a pocket too if I wanted. I think I'll do that. I think I'll make that a side pocket. We might find a tag or something we want to stick in there later. And like I said, I did put a lightweight cardstock on the back of this. Just to make it a little more sturdy. Glue that down. So now we have a pocket here and a pocket here, so our journaling card should fit in here nicely. Like that. And I'm going to leave it so that little bit of blue shows. Alright, now what do we want to stamp on this? I have a brand new stamp set. It's not brand new, as in brand new, but it's brand new to me because it's been out of stock. But it is the Kathy Holden signature. I think it's called Signatures. It's STP 167. And it's got a bunch of numbers and postmarks and signatures on it. And I got mine from scrapbook.com. And what do I want to do? Let's do a signature. I think this one will fit nicely. Okay, get a stamp block here somewhere. Okay. Alright, and I think I'm going to stamp in hickory smoke because I feel like that will go better with what we have on here. I think black would be too dark. So I'm going to stamp with, we'll do it on the glue book first and see what we think. Let me get a clean page here. And it'll probably take a couple of stamps to get it primed anyway. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be dark enough. Maybe we'll do a second generation. Let me see how dark the black will be. Pardon my reach if I'm in the camera there. If I do second generation, that's what I want. Is I want a second generation. So we'll stamp it once. And then the second time we'll stamp it on the stamp. Or on the label. Yep. And then do I want a number 2? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do this. Oh, don't come off there. These are very sticky. I've had your stamps before, and when you first get them, they are very sticky. Nothing wrong with that. They just... You have to be careful if you're doing it on a platform because it will stick. Okay. Move those out of the way. Move my glue book. Now we can decide where we want this as far as the calendar is concerned. I want the calendar to kind of take up these edges over here without it all right, so about right there. Without it going over my pocket edges. Finish my sentence. So you know what I'm talking about. That would be nice. All right, and then my ration stamps. think I want them right under that number. Ooh, don't glue to the page. Actually, I might cut that. I think I'm going to cut that last one off. We can use it on something else. There we go. Now let's put our calendar piece down. All right, so there is that. Now, let's put our little fabric piece down the side here. I'm going to try to line it up with that stitching there. I think I'll cut off just the very end. It's a little bit too long. Just going to use art glitter glue. All right. So far, so good. Now, while that's drying, let's prepare our little beautiful lady from Joey's kit. And I'm going to use just a tiny grommet and put in the top. And then I have a bulb pin to, sorry for my reach, to attach it. And I just used a silver in this case. Okay. And put the ball pin on here. Oh, and I meant to put a rusty paper clip on those things on the bottom. Hopefully I can still get it in there. I'm just gonna pin it right through the paper because the paper is going to be glued down to the journal. So I think it's going to be okay. Just stuck right through the paper. If I can get it attached. There we go. Alright, so there's our lady. Now, where did my paper clip go? Who knows? Who knows? I can always grab another one. I don't even know if I can get it on there right now, but we're going to try. Yeah, it should go right behind the pocket here. Just to make it look like that is paper clipped on there, even though it's not. And then let's do a couple of little spatter marks. Alright, and I'm gonna leave these, but I am gonna cut a couple of them a little shorter. Alright, so then when it glues on the page, that's what it's gonna look like. Do we have a little tag or something to put in there? Let me look at Joey's. Most of his tags are long, but we may be able to cut one off shorter. He didn't really have that one would go. This one would go. It has lines. Let's see what one of those looks like with the round. We'd have to cut it shorter, of course. But then I'm going to lose all the prettiness on that one. Let's see what this one looks like. Because it doesn't have the hole at the top. It also has a really crappy cutting job. I wonder who did that. Oh, but you know, let's just make it, since it is cut so badly, let's just make it square. or rectangle. Yep, that'll work. So let's put some angles on the top. Ink it, of course, especially since I cut it. Now, I'm not gonna decorate it because I think that's a good writing spot. So you can write on the front or the back. I think I will put a hole in it though, if I can find my punch. Excuse the reach. And put a hole reinforcer on there. If I can remember where I put those last. Sometimes you can get yourself too organized, and then what you have is not where you need it to be. And that seems to be my case this morning. You put everything up, and then you need it, and you're like, where did I put that? Because I don't see them in the normal spot that I keep them. Well, you get the idea. I'm going to put, when I find them, I'm going to put a hole reinforcement on there. And again, I'm sure they're right in front of me. I'll probably pick them up with another piece of paper, and I'll run across them here in a little bit. But I will put a reinforcer on there. And then that'll go right down in there, and then this will glue down onto the page. So there we go. There's our make for today. I like it. I like the way it turned out, and I think it's going to look really good in the journal. Get back to the original pin here. So there is the pin. Let's see if I can make it. It keeps coming up that this site is a security risk, but I don't think it's her actual site. I think it's all these advertisements that she's got on her site. There we go. So there is the original. And there is mine. So yeah, I like it. So that's it for this week, guys, for I Saw It on Pinterest. If you guys see something on Pinterest that you'd like to see me make, please tag me in it, and I will go take a look and see what we can do. And if you guys are doing this and you're making things that you see on Pinterest, please share them. I would love to see what you're creating from your finds. I think my junk journaling folder has, you know, about 600 pins now, so I probably will never get to making everything that I see on there, but I have made a lot of them. So thanks for joining me today, and since the new 50 stack challenge has not started yet and won't start till next week, probably what I'll do for tomorrow's video is just continue to work on this journal and work on some journal pages. So I hope you'll come back for that. And then next week we will start the new 50 stack challenge along with my new color combo challenge. And I hope you guys will join in on that as well. So until tomorrow, everybody have a great evening, and I'll see you then. Bye.